We got this part in actually quite a while back to work on, and what we normally do with this part, it's made out of a piece of plate and it's torch cut normally. This is the first one we've seen like this, and this one actually they sent them the whole part done. We don't have to do it. We don't have to finish it, or it's ruined, one or the other, but we think it's done. The part originally that we get it with a torch cut piece, and it's close enough in thickness on the sides, and we put a shim between it and bore it out normally. What they did with this one, instead of having it torch cut, they cut it all on a CNC machine, profiling, and went down, and you can feel there's 10 thousandths bumps all the way along here. I think it's good enough. This part here, probably 15 thousandths of a bump right at the edge. My point being, if this was supposed to be a really nice bore through the middle, the way that we had been making them as far as finishing them out to different sizes for the customer, then this stepped in mill with all these bumps would be no good. And that's one of those things where you have a process, you're going to make it by numbers. You need to always go back to thinking of what the tool can do. And it's just simple tool deflection. When there's not much load on it here, it gets a chance to cut more at the first. And but when we put gauge blocks between it, measured it with telescoping gauge, and it's pretty close to the size it was supposed to be. They didn't give us a tolerance, so we're going to just take it back to the customer and tell them that this was more finished than the previous parts they'd got, because they usually just get a blank piece and a piece of paper telling them what size to have us bore it to. And I don't really understand why it should work okay for what they're doing, but if it needed to be smooth, it needs to be different. And if it didn't, I don't know, communication. The torch ones, if you're doing a lot of them, would have been cheaper per part. But you have to figure something different. And this world of everything's going to be done the same in the most expensive way on a CNC, add some tariffs to it, it'll be good.